Kommon Cents. Make it make sense. Good evening, everyone. Welcome on now to tonight's installment of the Kommon Cents Podcast. We have with us a very intelligent guest. We have Wito the Legend. We have Mr. Q, and you have myself, Kamar. So we're gonna kick off the conversation. But before we do that, just wanna check in. How you guys doing?
For me, I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to be on the program. Common sense is what it is, and the topic is very interesting. So I have an open mind to hear some opinions tonight.
Definitely. You.
Giving thanks. However, it's Witter's birth month, so I just gotta big him up,
Yeah, man. Cheers. One more year.
That is it.
Yo, you miss you do a thing a while ago, you cheers and then you put down your drink. Can't do that.
So something cool up there,
Yeah, so if you cheers and you put down the drink, it means 7 years of bad sex. So make sure you don't drink.
Not good.
All right, so kick it off. Feel like I got to Q first. Q, should a woman's financial status matter in a relationship? That's our question for tonight, and we're gonna discuss a few topics and see where it takes us.
Well, I'll say it all depends on the kind of relationship we have. If we're looking to grow financially, yes. If we're looking for just a regular relationship or a deeper relationship, it all boils down to the type of relationship we have. Because I would say in the middle, no. Yeah, I would stick with no in the beginning.
You're going with no. All right. So I'm going to ask with the same question, but now I'm going to make it close-ended because I don't want to circumvent anything. If you want to give a reason, no problem. Yes or no, Mr. Witter, should a woman's financial status matter in a relationship?
I have a double on both sides of the fence as relates to financially stable and a woman that is quote unquote broke woman. And I would say, without apology, ambitious woman that is able to pull her own weight is something that I find attractive, something that I find beautiful, stimulating, ends with an intelligent mind. So I have to drink to one and said a woman who is independent is a pick for me.
Okay. So it matters then. Is that yes for you?
Yes.
Okay. I feel like definitely for me, I feel the same way. I agree with you on that one. It's a definite yes for me, but there are a lot of things behind it, why I say yes. So I'm gonna deep dive into that a little bit. But before I get to that, I'm gonna ask some follow-up questions. So let me switch it around then. So let's say a woman is searching for a partner, right? And they book up on free legend with where, don't never did a go on or, things that are kind of hard and did a struggle. Do you think using your own assessment, right? What if she used that against you and said, why not go work, because more somebody with financially stable already?
That's fine. I would want her to do that.
Yeah, but it's a perfect girl, the love of your life.
You see, a lot of men say, all right, you have some men who say they don't want a gold digger.
Yeah.
A woman who's claimed quote unquote gold digger. If you don't have gold to dig, she won't come around. So not saying that you don't like that person because that person has somewhat of an ambition to have a man that has it. That's fine. That's your forte. But if I have a case where a woman look at me, because ladies are not stupid. They know ambition and they know ego. And they know all these different things. Once they see a man with ambition and a drive, they know where it can go. Especially when they're out in the business world and see what their boss or their fellow comrades in business do with ambition. So a woman know when she see a man with ambition. So as I said, if that person or female is not rich, but she has the ambition and she's a working class woman who, if I'm not in her life, she can still survive. Yeah, that's it for me.
Yo, what you have to say about that? You think, a girl that is not financially stable lacks ambition?
Sometimes people only know what they've been exposed to.
Right.
Can be a case where she never been exposed to certain things. Maybe what she know is working. She never been exposed to a different kind of work. Right? So it go back to where, when, and how for me. Because first of all, would they have money? I don't have money. If you don't like me, I don't like you. We're not gonna chase you. That's just me personally. Money can't buy love, as Witter said. However, you would know because woman want protection, a man want respect. Protection always mean in the form of money. Look at the animal kingdom. You can't come in the lion zone and want like you in control. You have to be alpha, right? But alpha no means only in terms of money, because if you go to the female and a man have money and him disrespect your woman, you stand up. And you stand up and you display certain qualities. Yeah. Versus you go out and you go to the woman and somebody try to disrespect you. And the woman stand up for you, support you. So that's why I say money or no money can't buy certain things. When somebody stand up for you and show you loyalty, it's priceless. That is my opinion,
Okay.
So I respect every man's opinion.
No, that is good. So the question I wanted to answer though is how are you going to know that she's ambitious if she hasn't manifested it?
For me, as I said, respect. Remember when first you're female,
So you know what ambitious woman?
No, well, no. You don't. Ambition, it can be many different things. Now, woman can just be ambitious to become a teacher.
Okay.
What if she don't have my dream and my aspiration? What if she does all right being a teacher? But me want to take on the work. That is her dream. That is her dream, and me would support her in her dream as long as she will support me in my dream. We can't be selfish at it. That's just my opinion. Now, you have some people are millionaires, some people are billionaires, some people never dream to be millionaire or billionaire. I'm okay with that. We respect everybody's opinion. As me said, me love somebody who love me. And loyalty and respect, you can't buy that.
Good vibes. So, all right. So Witter, but what about when the circumstances change? What happens then?
All right, so first you have to understand that having money doesn't mean that you're financially stable. Now, Q speaks about she wants a protector. It's when these bills coming at her, you get a protector financial. That's shuffle lock on you. But anyway, but back to the question, as you say, if she lose that money, bear in mind, I'm not saying that the only thing why I'll be into her or I will be with her is because she has money.
Yeah.
So if my woman used to or was able to pull her weight naturally, me being her man, I would have went ahead and step up front and battle everything and make sure she gets on her feet. Because there's a difference about when someone knows to make money than someone who's trying to make money. You know what I mean? There's a difference.
But don't you feel like if someone at a certain stage is not financially stable, then that kind of speaks to, their money management skills?
For me, time is more precious than money.
Yeah.
And when you spend time, you can't get it back. So for me, spend time with her, it has to be for a reason. So if me see something in her, and me believe in her, and she believe in me, sometimes, you need somebody to believe in you first, And you work with for them believe, and so it can go. However, she may never be that financial person. But we stick with her if it's worth it. For me, it's not just the financial aspect of a relationship. For me, it's more than that. But to each his own.
So let me ask you this question. So on a day-to-day, and this is going into research now, right? Did you know that the number one reason for divorce is financial issues?
Look at the movie stars, all of them have money, them still divorced.
Well, that's a very small percentage of the divorce persons, right? But the number one reason for divorce is financial issues. Number one. So it's not man a cheat by woman a cheat. Number one is financial issues, right? In 9 out of 10 relationships, right, the woman is the one that actually manages the finances of the house in terms of like buying grocery stuff, probably even buying furniture, like large purchases. Obviously, there's going to be conversation that's going to be had, but most of the money that is being spent, the woman is spending it. It's not the man, right? So you don't think that having someone that is financially stable would definitely help with that aspect of the relationship?
For me, it's more than that. Let me tell you this.
So you go to supermarket.
If you get $100 for go to school,
yes.
When that $100 finish, your money done. So when I say she don't have to be financially literate, that no means I'm an idiot. That no means I'm gonna make people use me. That no means I'm gonna make people abuse me. Right? Now, if we live together and we'll buy grocery,
right,
we have a limit. If she don't have a budget, me have one. Because I'm not going to put my hat where I can't reach it. As I said to you before, I'm not running on nobody.
I feel like we're going back and forth. So let me say this, Jackson, right?
yes,
You have someone, you have to understand the difference we're talking about. Doesn't matter if she's financially stable. We're not saying that she needs to be rich. We're not saying that the partner needs to be rich, but that partner can be able to manage on your own. So therefore, is a working class woman or your partner is a working class partner, right? Vice versa for the man, right? Now, if you have someone who is a working class, and before you were there, she was able to pay her bills and balance herself. You being in her life is a plus. If something happens as relates to your estate, she will be able to stay, she can manage. Look at Gucci. Gucci, female, before he goes to jail, was financially stable. She wasn't rich. He was the richer one. And because she was able to handle money, because she was always pushing with her ambition, she could multiply on what he had. Instead of having someone
before you go any further, just want to say, just the fact that he had the confidence in her to give her the money, because most men didn't go to that. Just the fact that he had the confidence in her. So it's sure say, she can manage the money. But yes, continue.
Yeah, man. It's not saying that we want somebody. We're not saying, just a minute, Q. It's not, allow you to talk. Just allow me. It's not saying that she has to be rich, but she has to have that ambition.
Kemar, that
Oh,
is
yeah,
what they
yeah,
ask.
yeah.
Should a woman be financially stable?
Should a woman's financial status matter in a relationship?
Okay. And I said no. And I stand by that.
Good
My
vibes.
answer is
All
no.
right, so we gotta pay some bills. We gotta pay some bills. So we're gonna go for a commercial break. But before we do that, just want to talk about finding a balance, right? So after the break, we come back, we're gonna look at how we can find a balance for a relationship where it's not equal. Common sense, make it make sense. Five.
Yes, quite an interesting topic, and we are back on the podcast, Kommon Cents. And the topic is should a woman financial status matter? Jackson was taking us through a few questioning amongst me and my comrade. Um, Q, Q, how are you doing, sir?
I'm
You
here.
still here?
I'm here, sir, taking a toast to your birthday celebration. As Kemar said, you take when you raise the glass.
Oh, you have to
you take
drink.
a drink.
Okay. So Jackson,
Yes, sir.
so what I mean, you have been leading the questions. I just have a few questions for you to bring forward some clarity where you stand as it relates to. Now, we can't make a run from this as you understand. Right? Now, this is a question I have for you. Would you allow your woman to pay the first bill on the date? And if no, why?
Would I allow a woman to pay?
If she offers to do
I can't do that. Can't do it. I couldn't do that. I couldn't do that. No, I haven't been dating for a while still. So
I'm sure before you went, there was some dating
I haven't been dating for a while. But looking back,
Mhm.
like even now, like if I should go back into that pool, which I'm not going back into it, but I couldn't do that. No, man.
You keep saying that first. You just go forward and like this. So it's like, no. Then let us know why.
No, I couldn't do
Why
that.
why won't you allow if she offers?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, it's just bad precedence. First of all, if if she's invited me out, like even if she is invited me out, I'm still going to, step up and pay the bill. Right?
All
I,
right,
I just I just feel like
so Jackson
certain things.
before it stopped. Hold on. So before Jackson was tabled and everything was up and running, we have to be realistic. The camera is on and we're seeing everything that looks good, feels good.
Yes.
But there are persons who are watching that really have situations. I want to connect to them as well. Like, give them some level of common sense. So the Jackson before the financial stability, a girl really like you. She could be like your manager or whatever, and she offer to take you on a date. Now, mind you, you have just your little change, right? She's in a position of ranking where she's getting more figures than you, and she still haven't sent for the pay or clear the check to you as yet. And she decided to invite you on a date, knowing that you have a circumstance, but she still
Yeah.
really checked for you.
All right. So I mean, at the end of the day, I'm man enough to say that, you know, I'm okay with her paying for it, but the first date is kind of special, You know what? It's like you're setting the bar for the relationship. So you don't want to go in looking like you can't provide financially for the
So
relationship.
it sounds like
But
that financially it really matters then.
but the second date, if you want to be with the second date, then nothing wrong with that. But the first one, I'm supposed to have that, man.
Okay, so if you don't have it, you're not going on a date. You're passing her.
Ah, all right.
Let me talk with you.
No,
I'm
if I
smart.
don't, if
Think
I
about
don't
it.
have it, all right. So you know, looking back at it, you know, we're very ambitious young men. We're very ambitious. So
So you take up something there for the
I don't know if I would pass up on it, but I feel like I would try to change the venue or the location to something that is within my budget. So, instead of, you could say, you know what, I'm not really feeling that right now. I really want to talk to you and get to know you a little bit
You're
better.
saying something,
How about we
man.
go
You're saying
for
something.
how about we go for a walk and have some ice cream on the beach or something like that? You understand what I mean?
You're saying
I
something.
want,
You're saying something.
yeah, I want ice cream or something like that. You know what?
So you put it in the bench part where you can more control the environment. Friendly.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know if I would want to do that because, right there, that is kind of setting the wrong precedence right off the bat. So
the sentimental attachment, as you say, for the first date, you want to make sure that you have control of that. All right. Okay. All right. So I was looking for that answer. I know that Q is very witty, so I was Q.
It's a case where I directly don't have it. I have no choice more than to be real, but I say, listen, man, I would really love to, but not at this time. I don't have it. Not right now. If she insists and that's what she wants to do, and I don't have it and she wants to pay, fine. But
you saying something,
I'm going to tell her, listen, I'll make it up back to you. If you would allow me to.
Well, let me ask you an next question, Q. All right. What you call a financial stable woman? Explain what is a financial stable woman. We need to look into that first. We first gather the point and create a balance.
A financially stable woman is a woman where can manage her own, right? She might not be rich, but she can afford certain things. She wants you, but she don't need you financially.
Doesn't that scare you? A man wants you, but don't need you? Does that scare you? Being an alpha male, a male who's a provider and a protector.
Well, I didn't declare what kind of male I am in. But again, for me, it's where, when, and how. I'm not going to put my heart where I can't reach it. But if it's somebody I want, and for me, the most precious thing I have is time. I'm going to stick to that. If it's a case where me want she and she want me, right? I'm not focus on our financial status. Whether she have it or she not have it, she have to command a certain presence for me want her. So my brain black out financial status, that no matter to me.
All right, I'm gonna dabble in our viewers' interest. How can a woman attract you?
How magnet attracted to metal?
Remember,
you cannot the financial status part. You try trick me.
All right, let's put it up with Jackson. Jackson.
Yeah.
You realize the truth, man. Jackson, let me talk to you a bit. You wrote a book about the syllabus of a millionaire. So I think probably you can expound on a little more on what is classified as financially stable woman. Could you tell us a little more? Or
this financially stable person is someone that is not living check to check, paycheck to paycheck, right? So, a lot of us, we find that when the end of the paycheck reach, there's more money left at the end of the paycheck, right? And it should be the other way around. It should be the other way around, where when the month is done, you have more paycheck left.
Oh, I see.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So
layman first. Give it to the layman term so we all can understand.
Yeah, man. So the anti-mode thing there, that's not financially stable, right?
Mm-hmm.
So financial stability, no, that's not the only aspect of it, but that's the key aspect of it, right? If you are living paycheck to paycheck, then you're not financially stable, right? We're looking at someone that, okay, you have a little bit of savings, have a little bit of investment, you have started to grow a portfolio. So whether it's in, purchasing your first home, or you have investment properties, or you have some stocks on the stock market, or you have even having your vehicle paid off, right? So not leased, not having a monthly payment, but you have a vehicle paid off.
Good credit score, etc. Right?
Credit
All
score is
right.
one as well,
No.
right? So everything you have to buy cash, so you won't have any.
Do you know that some ladies ask men what is a credit score on a date? Do you know that?
That's good. They should,
They should.
of course.
Would you ask a woman? Would you
Pull up
ask
your
a woman
credit
that?
score right now and show
Jackson,
me your
would
credit
you
score
ask
before
a
we can
woman that?
continue the relationship.
Jackson, I'm asking you, would you ask a woman?
I wouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't.
So he's,
But because
mm-hmm.
because for a woman, I think a man's financial status is a little bit more important than a woman's financial status is to a man, right? If you go out there and you ask 9 out of 10 women, they're gonna tell you that financial status matters, right? And if you ask men, probably 5 out of 10 will say half and half. Will say, yeah, it doesn't really matter. As long as, because I can provide for the family and so on and so forth. It matters to me though. But I'd say 5 out of 10, it probably don't matter to me.
So a quick question before I turn over and ask you a question, right? An independent woman who, as you just described, how she is financially stable, right? Do you think independent, financially stable woman, does she have the ability to be submissive to a man that is earning less?
Definitely.
Earning less? Uh, of course. I think I don't want to get in trouble here, but yes, definitely. I think so, because it is in their nature, right? It is in their nature.
It's in their nature for what, sir? Can you clarify?
It is in their nature. I didn't write this. This is something that's in the Bible, right? I didn't write it
What?
out
What are
here.
you? Just clarify what you're saying.
But,
Mm-hmm.
it is in women's nature to be submissive to men, right? So at the end of the day, whether the man rich or poor.
So you're saying that, because I don't want to get into trouble, so I'm going to help you out.
Yes.
Naturally, a woman wants to find a man to be submissive to. That's what you're saying.
I'm not going to speak for women because I'm not a woman, right? But from what I have seen, most women want a man that can stand up and, not only provide for them financially, but physically, security. Be there for them and lead the household, right? Most women want that, from what I've seen, right? Again, I'm not speaking for women. I am saying from what I have seen from my perspective, women want a man who can stand up and be a man, right? And that is what they will be submissive to. So it's not necessarily the financial aspect of it. But if you're financially stable, oh God.
Q, sorry about that. Q, what do you have to say about it?
About?
Do you think a financially stable woman is able to be submissive to a man that is earning less? If the people will turn where he's not able to be financially stable.
A woman is a woman, despite her financial status. It doesn't define her.
Yeah,
A woman.
answer the question.
I can look clear for the audience.
Yeah.
We don't want to read between the lines and judge your wrongfully. Mm-hmm.
A woman is a woman despite her financial status. Because a woman don't have to make more money or less money to be dominant and want to be an alpha female.
Mm-hmm.
A woman can make more money and be financial status and be financial stable and be submissive. And a woman can be making nothing and she's not submissive.
Mm. So it's vice versa for you.
Not for me, it's facts.
It's facts. Okay. Interesting. So, as it relates to creating a balance, because we don't want to be battle of the sexes or anything like that. We want to make sure we create a balance in the home, right? We want to make sure that ladies understand that we love and appreciate them. But at the same time, how can we create that balance? For example, we started out at the beginning of the podcast. You was saying that if she's not able to make that money because he's able to, he will help her and teach her to know how and help get her to have that capability. I was saying that once she's at that level, then she'll be able to help me manage my money more and us creating more ideas. None of us are saying anything wrong. It's what we look for and what we like. But for a financial advisor such as you, Jackson, how can you create that balance if one partner is not able to be as financially stable? How can they both of them become a team in creating that goal of a stable household?
Let's see. So, well, let's start by saying, I'm not a financial advisor.
I'm sure you have some level of financial advice. So, readers and or viewers, be careful. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to clarify that for the YouTuber sphere, right? So, this is just me talking about my personal experience, and it's not something that I'm encouraging, right? If you find it useful, then you can take it. But anyway, that's my disclosure. Okay, so let's go back to your question, which is how can they find balance if they don't make the same amount of money, right? So I think one of the things you want to look at is, do you have shared goals, right? So that's something I was kind of alluding to when I was asking questions earlier. But if you have shared goals, which is, all right, you want to buy a fridge by the end of the month, right? Then it's no longer your money and my money. It is basically our money, right? And, for the folks that are married, you after a while, you understand it's no longer your money, right? When you get paid, it's not just you alone get paid. It's we get paid. Same thing when the wife get paid. Yeah, we all get paid, right? Sorry. So, the key is having a shared goal. And once you have that shared goal, then that money becomes the community pool of money, and then you pay the bills out of that, and you buy what you need to buy, and you save what you need to save out of that. So I think that is the best way to do it, because if you are going to keep it separate, then you're going to run into issues, because the person making less is going to feel somewhat insecure when it comes on to making financial decisions. So even if it's the man, go out and him see something on sale and it's a good price, I'm not afraid to buy it, because he knows if him buy it, that means I'm not gonna have no lunch money for the rest of the week. I'm gonna have to ask him wife for lunch money, right? And if it's a wife, it's the same thing, because the money is kept separate. But if it's combined, where let's say you have, your bills account, where your light, your water, internet, all of your phone bill, all of that stuff is coming out of that account, you can't touch that money, right? Because everything in there is accounted for. You already know your bill is, for the light is $200 plus water, $200 plus a phone, $200, so $600 in there. You can't touch that, right? But you have another account, and that account is called, let's say it's called vacation, right? Then if you see a trip coming up, on Sunwing or somewhere, and you want to purchase that trip, you can purchase it because the money is there to buy it. Or if it's labeled, entertainment, or it's labeled, house maintenance, right? So you can have several different accounts. You put the monies in these different accounts, and when the person is ready to purchase whatever, they can just go ahead and purchase it. You don't need permission, right? And you're not thinking about you spending it out of your personal little pool of money that you have, because it's way less than the other person. Maybe the other person is making 2-3 times what you're making, right? So I think that's how the balance would come about, from a financial perspective.
Mm-hmm.
If we're a team, the little finger is as strong as the big finger. We need to put them together to make a fist.
Mm-hmm.
If you use little finger by itself, it will break. But if you come together, it make a fist. That means we're not a team. That means we're not a team.
Very interesting statement. The two of you have to come together. Kommon Cents. Mm-hmm. So, at this stage, we're going to take a break and we're going to return, and Q is going to close off for us. He has some few points that we want to discuss. It's a great conversation. I see the chat blowing up. People have a lot of different things to say, and their views value. We'll definitely read our comments. Make sure you click like, subscribe, and we'll try to give you content on a bi-weekly basis or weekly basis if possible. We'll be back.
Kommon Cents make it make sense. Let's celebrate Witter. Like one more time. As Jackson said, you put on a glass and take a sip,
Mm-hmm.
Here we have Jackson and Witter. Kommon Cents make it make sense. I have a few questions for ask you. Jackson, why you say a woman financial status matter?
Everything else will flow more smoothly. So, for example, going back to reasons for divorces, right? So I did say financial was number one, but other things you have like infidelity, commitment issues and all kind of different issues. Now, when you have a woman that is lacking in any way, they're going to try to find something to fill that gap. If there's something lacking in the relationship, then they're going to try to find it. So if she feels like she's not making enough money, and then she's kind of dependent on you, it's like for her, she feel like she's not enough, and then she probably feels like she needs to prove to herself that she is enough, kind of thing.
Okay.
So that is not just about finances, it's about any other thing, right? It could be something else in a relationship, but we're not talking about relationship, we're talking about the financial status. So yeah.
Witter.
No.
Why? Why does a woman financial status matter to you?
As I said before, financial status has to do with our money management, our capability to finance ourselves, and it should bring a plus to my life. We look on the fact that once you know money, you know how to handle money. And a woman who is financially stable, she has a plan. She has something to execute, and I also can learn from her. I remember when they said to school, birds are prefer to flock together. You know what I mean? If you want to be like-minded, find yourself in the network of persons of such mind. Inside practice that it matters in that sense. Anything can happen, and because she is financially capable and no money, she can provide advice that will help strengthen my investment, our investment, etc. So I look at that. Not saying that a woman is not financially stable isn't a good woman. That's not the topic. We're not saying that she's a good woman or a bad woman. We're saying, does it help? Does it matter? And yes, it matters.
With that, throwing this one at you, what if she's more financially stable than you?
That's it. It doesn't mess with my ego. If someone is able to make more money than me, that's the perfect person to be around because I can learn from. If she's doing business, investment, etc., I can mimic and feel I can be better. That doesn't mean that I'll be less of a man. That doesn't mean that I won't support her. That doesn't mean that I'm going to be jealous of her. I'll naturally be that man in the relationship that if she cannot bounce on me for financial advice or etc. And we have a common sense, so we know how life works and how we can relate to our man likewise. But no, it doesn't affect me.
Mr. Jackson, or Jackson, since you're gone in a marriage, what are some of the things you can do if she's making more money than you to still be a man in that relationship? Because you said, yes, it matters.
I mean, that doesn't change the fact that you're a man. Right? Don't get me wrong. Like I definitely didn't say that. But to be a man in a relationship, be a man. Like, I don't think it's the money that makes a man a man. Right? But if you're talking about, how can a man feel secure if he makes less than what she makes?
No, that's not the question.
Okay.
If she's making more than you, way more than you, because you say our financial status matter, what you can bring forward to the table to balance that relationship.
So let's say I'm married to Oprah Winfrey then.
Okay.
Right?
Okay, good example.
Way more than I am, right? So what am I bringing to the relationship? Well, first of all, if I look a rat running at the house, you can't kill it here. If I look a lizard run through the window or something, she's walking through, I can bring her bags for her. But yeah, seriously though, I think
So you can be the man that you can call for pest control, or you can be
everything,
bad boy.
Everything, right? I can help her with everything, right? But at the same time, she still have to understand that, I am a person too. So, and I need a woman, right? So, certain things me still gonna expect that I'm still gonna expect that she's gonna assist with certain aspect of the household and all of that. So with raising the kids, being there for them and all of that. So yes, you may have more money, but at the same time, when it comes on to a relationship, as I said, the middle finger, not the middle finger, the little finger and the big finger, it all adds up to a team. It makes a fist, right? So, even if she's making more money than me, right? I still have to, I may have to put out a little bit more and be a little bit more flexible with certain things. But at the same time, I am a person too, and I have needs, right? I'm still gonna expect that she's fulfilling those needs, and she's doing the wifely things. Right?
So you think by being the bad boy and the exterminator, you deserve all that treatment there?
What treatment?
Whatever you're saying, the needs. Because you're saying you go hard on the female element and say financial status matter.
Yeah, of course it does. So
but you say what you bring to the table is being an exterminator and a bad boy. So when our friend them come, I say, come in, bad boy.
Let me put it this way.
No, I waited for the phone and I said, give that mouse.
So let's put it this way. Let's say the roles are switched, right? And I'm making more money than she is making.
No, we're talking about you.
No, I know. But I'm just saying that to make...
No. We're not going there. Because you did not choose that individual. You said
no. Allow me to finish.
Hold on.
I hear what you're saying, but allow me to finish.
Never make you finish. But
yes.
Remember, you used Oprah Winfrey, so we're gonna stick from Oprah Winfrey. We're not divert.
Yes. No, we're not diverting. No, I'm just using this example to explain something to you. So if the roles were switched, I still have to kill that rat or lizard or whatever the case is. Whether me I make more money than she or not. And if she's coming from the airport and she have a bag in the car, I still have to go for the bags. If she go to the supermarket and she buy groceries, I still have to go for the groceries in the car because that's what a man do. A man
So
does the
Jackson, let me
manly
ask
things
you a
around the
question.
house.
You
So
said the
no, I'm just
wifely
saying that.
duties. You said the wifely duties. What is the wifely duties?
Well, depending on how much more she make, right? Obviously, if she wants to buy back her time, right? There's nothing wrong with that. So she can buy back her time
Well,
by.
our
No,
wifely
allow me to
duties
finish.
have to do
Allow me to
with.
finish, sir. She can buy back her time by getting a maid to help with like the dishes and cleaning the house and stuff like that. Right?
So
If she
that's
wants
our
to buy
one
back
wifely
her time.
duty.
But if she don't want to buy back her time, she can do it. I'm not going to stop her from doing that. Right? But the other wifely duties, obviously, I'm talking about, you know, I don't want a maid making me breakfast every morning. I want to taste my wife and you understand what I say? More she cook for
So
me
if
too.
you if
Sometimes more she cook for me.
so
And then
you
besides
telling
that, you have the
me
bedroom part as well.
so Jackson, if you're telling me that you have Oprah Winfrey and you want her to go make breakfast for you,
Yeah.
I like that.
You are a
I
man.
like
You are the man.
Me want she for make it. No, but seriously though, at the end of the day, it's not just a meal. It's like something that she has spent her time to create for you. You understand what I say? So it's you can't just have the maid that cook for your husband every day. I'm not gonna fall in love with the maid, right?
we go restaurant all the time. I'm gonna fall in love with the waitress.
All the cooks.
But I get what you're saying. You're
Yeah.
saying masculinity must be at a certain point, and femininity has to be at a certain point. That's what
Yes.
you're saying.
Yeah. 100%. I'm still gonna expect her to do certain things where me can say, all right, she spend a little time on it because me she make it for she care. And you understand what I say? She can't outsource everything.
With that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, woman making more money than you. What can you to bring? What do you bring to the table? Oprah Winfrey, as Kemar put it, input it that far, but me I take it down a notch.
Mm-hmm. Sorry. All
I
right.
take it down a
So,
notch.
all right.
But
So,
you know she making way more than you. What you
mhm.
bring to the table?
I hear it, man. I hear it loud and clear. Your talking phone is working. Um, Look at it this way. I'm in the field of marketing and entertainment. And the persons who are business owners who have the money reach out to an individual like me to execute plans, strategies, etc., to make sure that their business flourish. So the fact that she's making more money, I do have opinion, I do have different things that I can give my advice on. She could have a rough day at work, so I provide that emotional support. I'll be able to talk to her about work, you know what I mean? Help her to de-stress, help her to trust in me and give that confidence that her man will listen and give her advice. So that's the emotional support. I'll be able to quote unquote lay the pipe. That's the sexual, that's the sexual satisfaction that a woman need whether she rich or poor. I'll be able to provide that spiritual support. You know what I mean? If there's something that we're going through, we can pray as a family. I create that stability of decision making in as it relates to the home. And if something needs to be fixed, if I can't fix it, I'll make sure I check the list and reach out to somebody to fix it, or we fix it together. These are different things. A lot of people talk about the table and what the table is, and it's an ongoing conversation of the table at the table. What I would say, if you have your relationship and it means something to you, you'll try your best to make it work and whatever it needs to work, you'll provide that support to your partner.
Okay. Kemar. Jackson. Sorry to call out your own names, but Jackson.
Yes.
Securities, both for you and her. What can you do to ensure a balance in finances, both for you and her?
A balance in finances. So in what aspect? She's making more, I'm making more, like, or that part doesn't matter.
Both ways.
So what I did. So let's talk about what I did, right? We started to work on a stock portfolio, and then once it got to a certain point, we reinvested it into real estate, and then we took equity from that, we invested into stocks. Once it got to a certain point, we invest into another real estate, and just kind of rinse and repeat. So now, the side hustle or the side business is making more than, what both of us are making combined. Right? So now, it doesn't matter how much I make or how much she makes, because we have something together that's making a lot. Right? So
Yeah, that's something that's something.
yeah, so if that's one way you can do it. Work on something that invest in something that together.
Might not make a girl, so to speak. Yeah.
Sorry to burst your bubble, but I don't want to use a lady as an example, because the next thing me I gonna say no sound too right. So the next person out there who get an individual, right?
Yes.
With that soon, I soon reach to you. The next individual who will reach to somebody and them have a joint account. I'm not gonna use your example. Them have a joint account and then put a certain amount of money into it. And it don't work out. What you suggest?
Don't work out as in they separate?
Yeah, depend them level there. Them gonna separate.
Well, at least they have something that both of them can get. Because if you flip it on the other side of the coin,
What if she want to take everything?
well, there is no state or law, nothing like that would allow her to do that.
No. We're not talking about state and law, because state and law never tell them to go put the money in the account. What if she want to take everything? What would you do?
Well, I mean, that's why you have the law.
Not
That's
what
why you
would
have
you
the law,
do?
though.
What would you tell somebody? You know what I mean? Because we don't want to use yourself as an example.
Because this is common sense. So we're gonna say go the way of the law.
With her.
Yes, sir. Yes, Q.
What would you do to protect your finances in a relationship?
And this is why I say I believe in respect over love. People go into a relationship planning to break up. That's like you enter the race planning to lose. Don't enter at all. However, we do live in a world that has differences, and differences come with opinions. Opinions can change situations. So if you are entering a relationship trying to protect something from that person, you're not fully opening yourself to the possibility of growth amongst each other. Now, I am of one who believes that as it leads to a relationship, one must have his and she must have hers. So if we are going to invest,
Stick up in there. So you're saying separate account. That's what I'm hearing.
yes, I was getting to that and more, right? So once you have your money and she has her money, as Jackson elaborate earlier about creating that middle ground where you can both create that investment that can later on benefit both families. That's how you create the family wealth apart from personal wealth.
So, Jackson, Kemar, I don't think financial status matter to me, because I like who I like. regardless of their financial status.
Yeah.
Right? Now, budgeting is important to me. Right? So for me personally, the inner man is the bigger man. And when a time for you leave, I just time for you leave, even if you're not financially satisfied. Whether a person financially satisfied or a person not financially satisfied. If a time for them leave, we all can agree upon this. Them are gonna leave. Right? So me believe say we must have a separate account. Yeah? And we can have a joint account, you know. Whatever go on in that, but we have to agree upon certain things. If me realize that personally say that woman there not financially stable, but she have a good heart and she's supportive and she loyal, me not give her more than she can show. This is for the this is for the that. And if I can afford it, this is for you because I'm not put more than what we can reach it. Now, if she can appreciate that, we can work. If she can't appreciate that, we can't work. If we realize that she get a little bit savvy in terms of financing and we can work on that, work on it. But if the goal is not in line, if she want to become this or she don't want, if she want to become a housewife and me can afford it, fine. If she don't want to become a housewife, but we must agree, we must be in a line. So I'm going to ask you a question. If the woman financially stable, but she can't do no housework, it matter? Mr. Jackson, does it matter?
Housework? What do you mean
Yeah,
housework?
but she financially stable.
What do you call housework?
Who come from the islands, man? Who forward from the islands?
Well,
you have to get help.
I mean, you know,
you have to get help.
Yeah, and that is fine. So she buy back her time then. So instead of she sweeping up the house or whatever, we don't have a problem with that. But at the same time, we still have to expect her to make one and two things to me same way.
Well, if you can't cook.
That's a huge red flag, you know, for me at least. I'm not saying that should be a red flag for everybody, but for me, that is a red flag, right off the bat.
What? I'm gonna love him belly.
Aye, exactly. Me love my belly. Talk from home. You love my belly. So if you can't cook, anyway.
No, you see, the reason why I asked Jackson what is called feminine work and what is called masculine work, because at times, if your woman is not able to cook, you can cook for her if you're home early, so she come and get a warm meal.
Well, she get a bun.
So there's a lot of what if. There's a lot of what if. Let me not answer the question.
No, well, I know with that. Mr.
Let me not answer the question.
Well, I know. I never asked you. Then the question that was aligned to him, you know. You have questions for you differently.
Okay.
Because when they talk about financial support, why is the man give a bun? With the gardener.
No, there's a lot of what if. And if you're in a relationship wondering about what if, you will fall for anything. If a man cleans a house and each time he cleans that house, he goes looking for dirt, he will find dirt.
But why
so I don't approach it. I don't approach it what if. What I take is the face value of my or what I know from my woman. So I'm going to do whatever I need to do in that relationship to make it work. If for some reason he steps out of that relationship, I'm not going to just jump out and leave my woman, because if I'm committed to this woman, I'm going to try my best to talk to her so we can find a middle ground. If it's a case that we're just not working out, so be it, we have that conversation and leave. Because if a bunch people are worried about, that's two things short of life, man. And that's that I'm born.
I thought it was taxis, but okay.
So here, wrap it up. Here, I'm going to wrap it up now with her. Because the both on is a financial support matters, right? But when I hear no man talk about nothing else. What else matters to you?
If you were listening, you would have heard me talk about spirituality, emotional support, and all these things.
You said that you offer.
No, that's what I'm naming things that can be contributed to the relationship. So also I'm saying that, and if you backtrack a bit, I stated that I'm not saying it's the only thing, but I'm saying that I would like that to be in place. And if that is in place, then there are other elements that enable us to be better couple, a better king and queen, a better family, and a better example for our kids. So I'm not just saying financially. I'm saying that we have to be able to win as a team. We have to be able to overcome problems as a team. We have to be able to spiritually connect and the other others.
Jackson, so you don't feel like a woman who is not financially stable can acquire them things by just being around you?
Acquire what? The financial aspect of it?
Yeah.
No, definitely not saying that. And I'm also not saying that, if I were dating, I would not date somebody that's not financially stable. But it would definitely be a red flag for me, right? So, if let's say if I'm dating and there are
Stand your grounds, man. Stand your grounds.
No, yeah,
does it matter?
If there are two options available, then I'm going to go with the financially stable options. Because you see, when somebody is financial, like for example, they're not frugal, right? They like to spend, they like to be on Amazon, and that's a very hard habit to break, right? So you don't want all of your hard working money, because they're buying little Amazon $10, $20 little foolishness. No. But when they get to a certain point where you're making millions, now they're buying Louis V purses and they're buying, Prada and all these expensive things, which there's nothing wrong with living your best life, but at the same time, you have to balance it, right? But anyway, going, I like the question you asked, Vita. So, and I am not saying that finance is the only thing that matters, right? There's a whole lot of other things that does matter, right? And finances is not the number one thing either. But it's
stick up in right here.
This
You
is
hear what Jackson said, even though him said that in the beginning, in prefer. Continue, Mr. Jackson, let them know what you said.
Yeah, but it's based on the question that was asked, which is, does it matter? So does it matter? Yes, but not saying that it is the most important thing. Right? So, for me, the ability to have a certain type of conversation, you have to be quick and witty. Like there's a lot of stuff. Spirituality, you know what, no like a demon girl, right? I personally don't like tattoo. So if you have a bag of tattoo, that's a no for me.
So like your list very long, man.
My list long, man. Long. If you smoke,
no Trump stamp.
Red flag.
Well, it don't really matter to me still, Wait, what you say?
No, but that's what I'm saying. Everybody have their own preference and their own personal thing. So me, when it comes down to that kind of thing, me very picky. Very, very picky. Right? So, but the financial status definitely matters for me. That is definitely.
Listen to me, Kevin. I don't know about you, but my girl, I have a little my girl, I have a little badness. You understand? Yeah.
Wait,
wife in the streets and
right
yeah.
What if you're attracted to the badness and you don't see the financial support?
Well, that's tricky one, because you know what I mean. A man is as happy as his heart can be, and if you're happy, you will spend the money.
Is that contradiction there?
That's a contradicting but a very touchy topic. I've seen over and over that person has money and look for happiness, and that's why I said it's not all about financial. Because
so let's wrap it up right there. Let's wrap it up there. There we have it. We turn the conversion going to the badness over the financial support and KMI speaking out. We'll continue. Common sense, make it make sense. Thank you, gentlemen. Viewers, this is just our opinion, and don't take it personal.